A lot of people think you need to have hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to run the wheel strategy, when in fact you do not. I'm going to show you how you can get started with the wheel strategy with just $1,000. And if you drop a comment down below in today's video, I'll send you my small account starter kit, which is an ebook that is perfect for those of you getting started with a smaller account. Just drop a comment, I'll send it to you. And while you're down there, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God-blessed day and enjoying your holiday here today. So guys, today we're going to talk about a very common misconception about running the wheel strategy, that you need some massive account, because you do not need it. I recommend always people start with a small account anyway, just to get their feet wet, to be put into different positions. Even though the wheel strategy for the most part is fairly simple, there's still a lot of advanced strategies of it that you can be put in. So starting with a small account, 1,000, 2,000, whatever you could stand to lose, is the best route to go. Now, if you are starting with $1,000, you are limited by the stock selection. Okay, so here I'm just on Ark Picks, and I'm just going to go over to my one of my core watch lists here, and I'm just going to filter out what my actual top picks are right now based on price, and I can see what those specific stocks are. So right now with a $1,000 budget, the unfortunate reality is I'm going to have to be under $10 a share right now, right? I have to. That's just where I'm going to be, or my strike price that I select my stock on is going to have to be under $10 a share. So right now, at least on my kind of like mild high conviction watch list, I've got Honest. Obviously that one is not really I haven't really traded that one in quite a bit of time. We've got Snapchat, which has been getting its butt beat down recently. We've got Sweet Green. I'm a little iffy still in Sweet Green, and then Archer as well, and then Lucid. Not really, that's just kind of just more for research purposes. And then there's a couple others that I actually start to really like a lot more that are over the 10 price, but for the point of this video, if I really just want to get something going to see and I had to pick out of this, I'd probably go with Snapchat. I'm not going to lie to you. So let me click into Snapchat here right now. The first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm looking at what is my next earnings date. Okay, what is my next earnings date? So right here, I can see my next earnings is April 27th. I do not if we learned anything this past earnings season or during this last earnings season, is don't have your options contracts expire during earnings week or the week after. Give yourself time, even if you have to push out the 45 days. It's not worth the stress. So we can see here, it's not until April 27th. My trade idea here is March 7th. And for this one, I would actually only lock up $450 in collateral. So if I choose to, I could even do 2 contracts or spread across 2 stocks. And I'm getting a really, really good return on collateral here of 4.67%. That is high risk, not financial advice. Obviously, do your own research on any stocks that you actually end up selecting here. My delta on that is about a 31, okay? Now, obviously, I can scroll down here and I can understand why, right? Why Snapchat has taken this big tumble, and then why it also matters for option sellers. Obviously, I'm not going to read all of this in today's video, but do your own research on stocks. I cannot stress it. Learn about the fundamentals of the company, and this is why Ark Picks I designed like this, because I want all the information, the most important information of what's going on with the company before I make an investment decision. Snapchat I'm just using for an educational purpose right now, okay? The next thing I'm looking, okay, if I believe in the fundamentals of the company and I don't mind holding it, okay? That's key, right? I actually like this company, because the worst thing that can happen here is you are going to have to hold the stock that you maybe end up buying. So the way that we mitigate that is we just hopefully do only trade stocks that we actually want to own, right? But now if we like Snapchat, I can then go look at the technicals. Now, technically rise, Snapchat obviously has been getting very oversold. So I have an 18 on the RSI. People are pouring out of this stock. The midpoint for the RSI is usually around 50. Above 50, we start going into an overbought territory. Below 50 meaning like 30s, and especially under 30, that's where we start getting into oversold territory. And you can usually tell what a stock is going to be doing just by looking at the RSI. Like if I click over here and look at the Yahoo chart now, I can bet you this is trading at the bottom Bollinger Band. It's just been getting its butt beat down, right? Like literally. The RSI really tells you a lot of key information, and you can see here right after post earnings, this thing has just plummeted like a rock. Now today's video, we're not going to be talking about catching falling knives or waiting for like a support level I'm just giving you guys an example of how to start if you only had $1,000, right? So next thing I'm looking at is the 50-day moving average, my 200-day moving average, and my 300-day moving average. I typically like to have my puts around those levels. We're trading below all of those levels right now pretty aggressively, okay? We are pretty aggressively below all of these levels. Now that leads to some concern. What's going on with the stock? Why is it dropping so hard, right? Usually, if I can be right at or below these, I'm pretty happy, especially on a good quality name. Since I stick to a lot of dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, and champions, a lot of those companies don't often go super on sale. I mean, they have. Now they've actually been going crazy, which is wild to see. But most of the time, I'm usually trying to be around that. But so these, we are all below that, which is not a bad thing. Okay, that is not a bad thing. And then I also like to always check. We can always check here. We could go take a look at past earnings reports and see an understanding of what's going on a little bit more about this company. And then also sentiment. I like to go on X and always check just any crazy breaking stuff, any weird stuff that's happening right now. I don't know if X is having an issue right now for some reason. It's not searching Snapchat, but usually I like to see what people are posting about the actual ticker or anything like that. So for whatever reason, X is down right now. But yes, so once I see all that, then I only go to the options chain. Now I have I always like to see what my return on collateral is going to be, because if it's telling me I could only get 1%, then I'm usually not even going to look at it. And this is usually pulling my 30 to 45 DTE, which I usually like to be at. So coming back over to our Robinhood account now, I'll just go over to our Snapchat, and I'm going to go to the Trade Snap options, and I'm going to click sell a put. All right, and then I select my date. Now we can do weeklies with a very volatile stock like this. I personally don't like to be on a weekly basis. I usually like to give myself time so the stock can recover, especially if it's a falling knife situation. So if I go a little bit shorter dated, let's just go March 13th, 25 days away from now. Actually, let's just go to 32 days and see what we're getting here. And right from here, actually, wait, let's go 39. We actually have to go 39. Yes, so we're going to have to go because there were no 450. So sometimes that's going to happen to you. Right now, obviously, I'm doing this on a holiday. The market is closed right now. These numbers will look different at open. But you may get in these situations where, look, right here, and this is a good example for you guys to see. Right now, I can only get, it's trading at 487. I got my fours right here, right? But I'm I'm collecting $5 of premium, $6 of premium. It's totally not worth it. So sometimes you have to go a little bit further out than what you're comfortable with. I mean, we could even try to look at maybe a shorter dated thing. The 450s, we're collecting 7, right? We're collecting $7 right here of premium on locking up 450. I don't know. To me, it's not necessarily that worth it. So in this specific case, I would end up actually going with the Ark Picks actual idea here. Okay, I would actually end up taking this specific trade because the 450s are available on that 39 DTE. Now, I always like to additionally put everything into my cash secured put calculator. And the reason I like to do this is because I want to see what my whole risk profile is looking at. Now, I already have the whole trade mapped out here, and you can get all of my calculators, guys. They're all free at the end of these calculators, my covered call, my cash secured put, and my full trade log template to keep yourself organized. Shows you how your plays outcome out and everything like that, how many of your plays are getting closed out early, how many are you rolling, called away. But usually I like to I keep it all organized, and you can grab all of these by going to the Ark Option Workshop. It's the first link in the description. At the end of that video, I give you all those resources. But let's quickly talk about the risks of this strategy, because they are important. I think it's the most important thing to understand, okay? So let's say the 27th of March actually rolled around, okay? And let's say that Snapchat did recover, right? We did see a nice bounce off this, which I'm expecting. I would put my bet on that Snapchat will see a bounce soon here, and start to hopefully see some sort of recovery. And when we see that bounce, usually, let's say it goes back up to the 550 level or whatever. It's just trading at 550, 37 days or 39 days from now, right? Well, you're not going to have to buy the shares, right? Because we're trading above 450 at close, right? So we're not going to get a sign. We don't have to buy the shares. Your $450, or if you wrapped up 2 contracts, your $900, right, is no longer collateralized. That way, you get your money back, you got your premium now, and you move on to another opportunity. But now you obviously collected some nice upfront premium. In this case, if you did 2 contracts, you would have collected just about $42 of premium on locking up about $900. Which in my opinion is fantastic, especially since you look at the return on collateral on that is 4.67%. But this is high risk. Now, what do I mean by that? the delta is showing 31, right? It's only saying a 30% chance that we're actually going to be assigned, but delta lies all the time. I constantly say this on the channel. Delta lies, right? We've seen it. And the biggest number is, what is your return on collateral? Being this at 4.67, this means that on March 27th, in my opinion, not technical, no technicals here, but this means that this stock is going, there's a very high likelihood that you are going to end up having to get assigned and buying 100 shares. So instead of getting your money back, you will simply be given 100 shares or 200 shares, whatever. If you did 2 contracts, you'll be, instead of getting your your $900 back, you'd be given $200 back, 200 shares of Snapchat with a cost basis of $450. Now, what you could do is you could factor that $42 of premium into your asset price. That's nothing wrong with doing that. I personally don't like to do that all the time, just because I want to focus on my asset as income. But if we own the shares at 450, let's say, what we can then do is we could start doing covered calls. So yes, you now don't have your $900 anymore, but then what we could do is start selling your covered calls. So let's say you bought them at, this isn't going to be like a perfect example here, but if we go like 32 days away, let's see, the 5s right here, we're collecting at $28 of premium on this one, right? Which is going to be an insane, absolutely insane return on collateral. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be perfect numbers here, obviously, guys, but just assume you own 100 shares of Snapchat at 450. We're collecting $28 of premium. Our strike of the option is $5. Our purchase strike price, we're saying our average cost basis is 450, right? And look at that premium return, 6.2. Obviously, not financial advice, results vary, but that is an insane return on collateral, right? That's $28 divided by $450. You get some extra profit on your shares as well if you end up having to sell those shares for a nice total profit. But I dive way more into this, guys, on the Ark Options workshop. Plus, at the end, I give you all these premium calculators and trade lock templates. So click that first link in the description of today's video. I give you all this stuff at the very end. Remember, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.